Are you surrounded by in your home with negative energy? You can't put your finger on it, but it just doesn't feel right. It feels off, and things start kind of going haywire in your life. Are you being tormented? This is the video for you. Hi, everyone. Robert Zink, miracle mentor and Alchemy success coach. And today we are soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle. And we are always flying in the direction of your dreams and goals. Want to remind you to claim your 30 minutes of miracle mentoring and Alchemy success coaching. We've helped people in 60 different countries all over the world with a variety of issues. No matter how difficult you think your problem may be, the law of attraction has a solution for you. You can get the help you need. Visit us at lawofattractionsolutions.com. Okay, so are you surrounded by some negative energy? Do you have some negative energy in your house? Is the negative energy affecting you? Well, we could talk for hours and do a whole series on negative energy, but I'm going to give you some basic signs that you are being tormented by negative energy, negative vibration. And I'm going to give you some suggestions on what to do about it. So, high flyers, let's take a look at the signs first. You're having repeated bad dreams. I'm not talking about like an occasional nightmare. I'm talking about every night, sometimes the same dream. And it's not a fun dream. It's not a good dream. And you're having it repeatedly. And the dream it's almost trying to give you the notion that this is fate. This is your reality. The truth is, you create your own reality. You are master of your own destiny. But if you're having these dreams on a nightly basis, you may want to take some action. High flyers, number 2 is you feel anxiety, especially in the morning when you first wake up for no reason at all. You wake up out of a deep sleep, you had a nice sleep, and you get out of bed, and all of a sudden, boom, you're just surrounded by a blanket of anxiety. And you feel a sense of nervousness. And this is a sign of negative energy. This is a sign of negative self-talk as well. So they may be going hand in hand, but you can clear this and you can clean this if you're having this problem. Well, number 3 is you feel out of sorts. You just don't feel right. I mean, you can't put a finger on it. You're not in pain. You just don't feel emotion for anything. You don't feel emotion for anyone. You just feel out of touch with reality. And this is a sign that negative energy is affecting your ability to communicate with your reality or with the world that you live in. And so in a few moments, I'll give you some suggestions on what you can do about this. High flyers, number 4 is a very strange one because things may be going great in your life or they may not be. But it doesn't make any difference. You're worried about the future. It's normal for everyone to worry a little bit about the future. But you have this anxiety that is almost crippling. You are so worried about the future and what's going to happen and what isn't going to happen and what could go wrong. And these are some bad experiences to live through. And we have some solutions for you coming up. Well, number 5 is that you're having arguments and fights, either with your partner or with people at work, but it just doesn't seem like you can get along with anybody. I have one client right now that I'm working with, and she's fighting with everybody. She's fighting with her boyfriend. She's fighting with the manager that rents out her apartment. She's fighting with people at work. There's just this sense of, and if you talk to her, she'll say, no, I'm not fighting with anybody. It's them doing it to me. Well, maybe so. I don't know. But it's a sign of negative energy. High flyers, number 6 is things are just falling apart. I mean, your dishwasher went out and suds went all over the place. You know, your car broke down. You got a flat tire. It's a brand new tire. I mean, things are just breaking and falling apart. Again, for no reason at all. Another sign of negative energy. Well, this is a big one, and I wouldn't take this one lightly. Number 7 is unexpected ill health. And I'm not talking about all of a sudden you are deeply, gravely ill. That can be a sign as well. But I'm talking about, you just, you have a sore throat one day, and the next day you twisted your ankle, and the next day it's something else, and the next day you've got a rash, and then it's hives, and then it's allergies, and then it's, an upset stomach. And that's a sign that you are being plagued heavily by negative energy, and it's affecting your energy field, but more importantly, it's affecting your health. And high flyers, number 8, you feel drained of energy. You just don't have any energy. I mean, you could sleep 18, 19 hours a day. And that's a sign that you have what I call a vampiric energy, for lack of a better term. Literally, it's not sucking the blood out of you, it's sucking the life force out of you. It's sucking the energy out of you. And that's something you're going to want to take action on. So, high flyers, let me just say this. I've helped people all over the world that have gone through these kinds of negative signs, and these are mild ones, and had great results. We can help you if you feel it's something you need help with. Number 1, practice meditation and deep breathing. In through the nose for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds. Stay empty for 4 seconds. And just sit and focus on your breathing. That's all you need to do. You don't need to think about anything. You don't need to create anything in your mind. Just focus on your breath. In for 4 or 5 seconds. You don't have to be specific. Hold it for 4 or 5 seconds. Out for 4 or 5 seconds. And then remain empty for 4 or 5 seconds. And if you will do that for 5 minutes at a time, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, you will center yourself, you'll raise your vibration, and just your vibration being raised tends to cast away that negative energy. And it feels good too. Now, after you've practiced that meditation for a while, then you can start to add in some positive experiences into your life. Experiences you would like to see happen, but you're visualizing them as if they've already happened. You will see the world not as it is, but as the way that you desire it to be. You'll see your home, your family, your friends, your coworkers acting and treating you in a way that is respectful, loving, and caring. So you can add that to your meditation, but start off with the breath work first for a few days and then begin to add the pictures. Number 2, can't emphasize this enough. Declutter your office, declutter your home, declutter your car. So I was flown back to Washington, D.C. from Seattle many years ago. And a guy had hired me to clear out the negative energy in his home and in his family and in his business. And I went into his house, and it seemed like a nice house. It was fairly sparse, but it was nice. And then he said, well, we were in Virginia. And he says, we're going to drive into Washington, D.C., and I'll show you my office. And I said, well, great. And we went to get in his car. It was a fairly new Jaguar, maybe a year or 2 old, a beautiful car. And when we opened the door, there were old McDonald's cups and Starbucks cups and napkins and garbage all over the place. And this is the energy, this is the vibration that this gentleman was spending 30 minutes a day in. driving to and from work. And once we cleaned out his car and we did a few other exercises to it, and his office and his home, everything switched. The money began to flow in, the arguments stopped, the health improved. That's how it works. Little things like a cluttered car can lead to big problems in your life. Well, high flyers, number 3 is take control of your complaining. Look, I'm not against saying what needs to be fixed. Okay, let's fix this. Let's change this. That's constructive complaining in the sense that it's really not complaining. It's saying, here's a way to make things better in our reality. But if you're complaining at work, you're complaining in your relationship, you're complaining to your children, you're complaining to your parents, that's a lot of negative energy that you are pushing out. And those people they may not voice it, but they're thinking negative of you and they're pushing it back. And that's what you're receiving. You don't need that negative vibration in your life. Well, high flyers, this is one of my favorite ones. So I take a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of, sometimes I'll take some frankincense, sometimes not, mostly just sea salt. And I'll sprinkle it all over the carpet in my office. And I'll let it set throughout the night. And I'll walk on it for a little bit, for a few hours. And then we'll vacuum it all out. Open the windows, vacuum it out, clean the windows, clean the office. And I'm telling you, that sea salt just literally pours that negative energy out of the office. And it's amazing. I just don't know how to describe it. Smudge with sage. Everybody knows about this one. There are a number of good videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to get into how to smudge with sage. I personally use frankincense and myrrh with a dab of lavender. So that's what I use. But if you want to use a white sage stick, I have one of those too. Use that. It's all good. Bring some good energy into your house. Clear out the negative. Well, high flyers, number 6 is to bring nature into your house. Bring some more plants into your house. Fill your house up with small plants, big plants. And if you want to name them, name them. I don't care. You don't have to. But take care of them. Love them. Nurture them. As they grow, the negative energy subsides. And finally, do some kind of a clearing ritual every day. There's so many of them, whether it's a group of prayers, whether it's the lesser banishing ritual. That's a wonderful technique. I can leave the URL in the description, the lesser banishing technique. But whatever method you use, working with angels, have some kind of daily ritual for clearing yourself and your home and those you love. You have a great day. You deserve it. And here's some more videos to help you on your journey.